Well, happy Sunday to you. This is consider it a Sunday matinee. It's hardcore. The subject. It's a sequence, a continuation to stinky butt fifth dimension versus clean butt third dimension. So it should be the other way around, right? And that's exactly my point. I welcome you. My name is Noah, and this is Noah's Arts Entertainment. And thank you for tuning in. Uh, Hey, as always, got to thank you. Subscribers, numbers are going up. And that's what we need to see, right? Effect numbers. And I see some of these tarot card readers that I guess they've been at it for a while. I mean, I would think. But then again, I don't know. Maybe they were magically grown. I don't know. Over 100,000 subscribers. And, well, that's what pretty much everyone needs to. Anyone that gets behind the camera here and is going to be a true, authentic, genuine light bringer, bringer of light, mystic, witch, I don't know, shaman, that sort. But yeah, so it's just how you identify, right? Depends on your education and your training and your ultimately your theosophy, which is theology and philosophy, because we are good men and we strive to be good men. And what can I tell you? Okay, I mean, it's a lot of sacrifice. There's a lot of temptation there. Somebody just said the other day that I've been refusing booty calls, and yeah, I've been doing that for a while, and so it's hard. It's well, not uh, in the double sense. It's hard because gee, you need to live, you need to be, you know, you would prefer for either a man, if you're a woman, for a man to bring out the woman in you, right? Same thing here, a woman that could truly bring out the real man in a man or in me. So yeah, that's the thing, That's the $100 million question. Who can do that? Well, brings me to the fifth dimension. If you or I am operating in the fifth dimension in the best way we can, we have not strayed away from the decrees, from his decrees, precepts, testimonies, And there's been a lot of sacrifices. There's been because it's like being out in the desert and you're thirsty, and suddenly you see a fountain of water of some sort in the shape of a woman. She's got the water thing happening, right? Men have the masculine is the fire, woman is the element of water. So there's a notion of water you can just quench your thirst plus. So yet, you know, again, it's a matter of being responsible. Ultimately, it's about being responsible because your health is involved, and not just this past. Well, it's not past summer, but it was the early part of summer. I was walking in the park and along the lake, and it seems I've always been able to attract them, or they always see me coming. This particular kind of breed, species, and a human, but still particular. And so, as I'm approaching, she's fixing her dress some way, somehow or the other, and suddenly, when I got close enough, boom, hello, hello, and I said hello, and I smiled, and I passed by. Well, that surely wouldn't have happened before, I tell you that much. Uh, you know, because the thing is the change that comes about, the true rebirth, the regeneration, when you start taking account of your life and you start becoming truly, you, look, by nature, I've been always responsible person. Uh, in business, I don't screw around. I'm always there and on time and everything else. I like order. I like order. I live off discipline. I have to discipline myself, and that's one of the hardest things. To acquire self mastery, because self mastery it's not given to you. Oh no, 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 my good, no, my good woman, not at all. Okay, so let's get to the subject. Back to the theory. It's not a theory. Well, it's a analyzed version of what a person who truly is an initiate, who truly is evolved, will be involved in. I mean, full time, not just part time, and then go into the dip into the third dimension to play in the mud or to do stuff that you that's not justified. Okay, everything's about you know whether it's justified or not. That's the whole thing here. It's not about so much about good and bad, and it's about balance. Okay, the balance here. A person that operates that well, at least uh, personifies or pretends or masquerades in the fifth dimension should live by certain laws and principles. I know them as well. We've studied different things, right? I mean, I've not been limited to anything. You see all these books here. There's not decoration, my friends. I was thirsty for knowledge more than ever before, and when that happened, this the full time sex thing happening in my mind before, and my body, and my spirit was balanced to where it's not uh, fucking addiction, because that's what it becomes, isn't it? Isn't it true where sometimes you may be without it for a little bit, and then go back to it, and when you do, wow, you want it all the time. That's the thing. You want it all the time, and engage and indulge. And well, I mean, if it's good, right? I mean, if it's all worth your time. Um, so the thing is to pair up. Okay, this thing about leaving things loose ends, let's call them. In some cases, with some women, it's sort of like in a double sense there, because it's because of this loose ends they continue to empower the physical, okay, and the material. Now, this is what I didn't say in the last. I listened to it and I say, well, I left out something important. Since the beginning that I've been doing this, I've been asking, are you ready to meet your maker? That's a serious question. Are you ready to meet your maker? What are you going to say? What are you going to do, right? When your soul is there, your body, that's the thing. You see, you left the 20 inches behind. That's just no good. You left the big breast, the 48s or whatever behind. That's no good anymore. All right. Um, so what's important when you meet before your maker? What? Where's your heart at? Where was your mind throughout this whole time? What did you focus in on? What was more important to you than the actual important stuff? You know, addictions, bad habits, repetitive behavior, liquor, sometimes I fight a lot. And look, I mean, everybody wants to do whatever. The thing is, you're in the spirit of doing it, but is it because you lose inhibitions, or is it because you trust this person to be healthy in mind, body, spirit? Um, what is it? I've many times after some of my girlfriends, after a couple of drinks or maybe one or two, suddenly they come out naked. So I don't have to do the work of taking off the stripping off or whatever. Hey, look, this is what it is, right? And so aggressive, very aggressive, but you know, in their mind they're already focused on what they're going to do and what they're there for. And that's all good. Look, I mean, you need this type of attraction, you need this kind of attitude, chemistry, seduction, provocation, however you want to look at it, right? The thing is, again, how many times are you going to go in the same pattern? And I caught myself in the same pattern over and over. Even when I went into this whole spiritual realm, and when I started to educate, to get educated and trained, I still get attracted to the bad girls. And well, it wasn't like I wasn't celibate back then, so yeah. But the thing is, mostly all my focus and all my energy, my body, my mind, my spirit, my soul, everything together as one, focused on studying. I was hungry. I was hungry. I was thirsty for knowledge. Okay, because knowledge is power. Fuck the money. The money, that's the other thing too. You think you can, when you meet your maker, you think you can stick all the fucking coins in your mouth or swallow them, eat them. You think they're gonna, I mean, they're gonna be there when you reach up there. No, my friend, somebody's gonna go up and, especially if they know about it, they're gonna dig up your grave, or they're gonna go wherever they have to go and get those coins, if anything. You see, so, and you may have, of course, it's always great, fantastic, you have a legacy, but how did you acquire that legacy? Is it dirty money? I mean, is it old money or old dirty money? We all came here, we paid nothing for the land. We paid nothing for nothing. We took everything. So, yeah, there's some trading. Sure, there's some trade, of course. There are some civil people till this day. Thank the gods for that. So, going back to this thing, is it, can you justify it? That's the whole thing. Can you justify, you know, uh, masqueraded in the fifth dimension, um, and operate in the third dimension, which means, yeah, sure, people have to go to work to make money. I know that's not what I'm saying. The third dimension is, and well, the first, the second, and the third are pretty bad. But the thing is, you can do a lot better as a person. Your behavior, your conduct, your philosophy, or theosophy uh, must be greater. So this way you can, just be a better person. I mean, come on, we're all human. We need to live. Yeah, we need to uh, thirst, quench our thirst, and we have to eat. And whatever that is that we have to eat to nurture us, that's what we need. But sometimes, again, it's about breaking the pattern. It's about moving on, evolving, you know. And yeah, in the beginning, like I said, uh, the first 3 years was fantastic. Studied acquired all these books, and did a lot of studying back then, and a lot of reading, and meditating and practicing, exercising everything I've learned. Okay, so this is the way you evolve, and doing the, the exercising the chakras, and then the 10 spheres of Kabbalah, and so on and so forth. You do stuff, and you really get into it, man. Or woman, you get into it, and you don't fucking half step here and there. It's like, oh, well, it's conveniently to go here and there. It's like I said, you're a vegan. Why should you go out to and a feast on pork sausage? Let's say you're a vegan. Pork is the last thing you want to eat, right? I mean, that's like this. But why is it? You see, somebody the other day, and I thought that was good. I've been trying to think of that particular word because I've known the feeling, the thought, everything's been there, but I couldn't think of the word. And she said, this is a tarot card reader. She said, spiritual STDs. Bingo. Ding. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. You know who you are. And yeah, because I was talking in the last video about physical STDs, right? Physical STDs. Okay, well, the physical STDs, hey, herpes, AIDS, I don't know, syphilis, whatever is out there that I am not partaking in and stuff. And that's the other thing too. How can you be? You cannot be unconditionally loved, or you cannot love unconditionally. Sometimes it's a big no. Forget about it. It's an X. Okay, forget about it. It's just not wise. Why? Because here you are loving that person however they are, because you're used to that kind of fun and that sexuality and eroticism, exotic, everything, man, everything, woman, everything is considered, taken into consideration. But when you're out of control, your addiction is your sexual addiction is out of control, then you will not be able to just be satisfied with one man. That's pretty much it. And vice versa, man cannot be satisfied because, first of all, it's the ego thing, right? It's like, well, I can have this one, and I can have that one, and I can have this one if I want, you know, black, white, green, purple, brown, whatever. It's just, but sure, hey, you talking to me? Huh? You know who you, please. This is the thing. When you've been there, you've done it already. Okay, so why need to be going back? That's the decision I made um, when I left this last girlfriend that I had. And I will say it, Pisces, Scorpio moon, I believe. I'm sure that it sure was like it. I mean, it was like, yeah. So, and that was five, going on 5 years in October. Okay, you see, the thing is, I had really no business with her in the beginning, to begin with. But since my marriage was all about, it got to a point where it just got ugly. You just don't want that kind of, so you rather just enjoy a fun girl. And Pisces, well, geez, I mean, hey, come on. This is a generalization, but it's not everybody, right? Not everyone is fun. But most of you are a lot of fun and aggressive. And sometimes, a man doesn't always want to be aggressive. So, and then of course the sexuality, forget about it, dynamic. But then again, it's just whatever that person brings. You could be loving that person at the time, but you cannot mix and lust with I'm in love with you. Okay? When they say I love you, I could say I love you. Does it mean that I'm in love with you? Right? That's one thing. And then I could just be very honest, and just like someone would say, I love your, all right? What do you want to say? What do you want to call it? right? Schlong. I love your cock. I love your this, but they would say that more often than they would say, I love you. You see, this is the thing. And why is that? I mean, is it because I'm not worthy of love? No. Oh, my friends, my woman, my good woman. No, no, not at all. I've been loved a lot, even by my father and my mother. I was their boy. God rest their souls. So yeah, I know that I've been loved since the beginning, and but the thing is, when you deal with particular people that have gone through particular experiences in their lives, and sex has been well, it's been fun, but it's been also a dilemma. It's been a something that's kept them from really having that high self-esteem because once you get, especially if you do these things because uh, you don't have to be drugged, you don't have to be high. I've had women that they weren't drinkers and they usually didn't indulge in drugs, but they didn't need any of that. As far as I knew, I don't know. Maybe they did something in private. Who knows? Either way, the whole thing is: do you know who you're with? Truly know who you're with. Do you belong with this person? Is this person um, with you for what reason or what reasons? And you with this person for what reasons or how many reasons or what? That's the thing, That's the thing. You have to check this out because, you know, again, you're not going to take the gold coins or the bitcoins or whatever you want to transfer your paper to. You can only wash your ass with it. I mean, you can clean it, wipe your ass with it, but that will be worthless once you're there before your maker. All right. So again, if you're truly in the fifth dimension and you're operating in the fifth dimension, you have every right to be gaining profits and whatever else. Hey, that's fantastic. I hope I can see you soon. If you're not, if you're personifying somebody before the camera and you're deceiving yourself, truly, truly, you still have things, again, loose ends. You have not, it's like attempting to breach a contract, a soul contract. If you have a soul contract with someone, you cannot just forget it, just, well, no, because it's always going to haunt you. It's always going to come back. And I've been feeling energies myself here that I thought I left behind. But, somehow these, that's the other thing. There's laws concerning astral projection. You're going to project your energies. Somebody says that change the locks. No, it's not changing the locks. it's a spiritual affair. It's not transportation. Okay, astral transportation. You know. So no, it's about I don't know, mustard seeds, sage, uh, blowtorch. Who knows? Whatever. But you break the laws when you don't ask permission to go in somebody's home. Period. That's it. There's no locks you can change or anything like that. You change your attitude and be responsible, not breaking the laws. Ask permission first. There's some people that never had to get into that. But the thing is, yeah. All right. So I want to make this short and sweet and sour, which usually the case. Short, sweet, and sour. What can I say? I gotta talk the truth, and I gotta talk to you straightforward. Directly, because otherwise we're wasting time here. We're not. You know, some of these things been going on for 6, 7 months. Where it's just the same old bullshit about all kinds of excuses and reasons why you don't close the chapter or what do you call this? There's got to be not necessarily reconciliation, but there's got to be some fucking respect for enough. And if you have the balls to go do all the other crap you do, you surely should have the balls to come and say, listen, Uh, this is not good stuff. This is not who I truly am, or whatever. You cannot come. Also, you cannot come back BSing. Oh no, that's the worst thing you can do. So get it together. For all those out there that have left, their soulmates or ghost somebody or done something stupid and ridiculous and or acting out in the third dimension when you're making over here, personifying somebody else in the fifth dimension. Look, it's just anything you do behind closed doors, behind closed curtains or whatever. There is something we call the occult police. The occult police. Don't forget that. With that, I'll leave you. You take care of yourselves. And I thank you for tuning in today. And I hope you have a rest of the Sunday. May be a fantastic, relaxing Sunday for you.